Hey YouTube, what's going on? I just finished piecing together my brand new system. As you can tell just by looking at these two GTX 295s, it is a gaming system. In this video I'm just going to be talking about the components that I used and just an average price point. If you guys stay tuned for later videos, I will be talking about benchmarking, overclocking, how the system performs in games like Crysis, etc. What kind of numbers you should be expecting from benchmarks like Vantage and so on. So if you guys stay tuned for that, videos will be coming. So right now I'm just going to be talking about the components that I used here. So starting from the bottom, I'll work my way up. This is a PcPower and Cooling Turbo Cool 1200 watt power supply. The main reason I've chosen this power supply is because of PcPower and Cooling's amazing track record. They make wicked power supplies, very solid, very durable. If you're looking for a power supply that provides very clean and efficient power to your high powered components, this is very good. The 12 volt rail has very low voltage ripple, so you can guarantee yourself that you're giving your components very good power. This power supply is 1200 watts, and some people may say that this is too much for my system, but if you're looking for a future-proof power supply, this is definitely one that you want to look at. Mainly because later in the future, I mean, I can always just add in whatever else I want, and I'm more than sure that this power supply will be suffice. So this power supply, I'm from Canada for starters, so this power supply will run you roughly 500 plus tax Canadian. That's if you're just buying it from a local computer store. So that's roughly 500 plus tax. Now moving up to these BFG Tech GeForce GTX 295 video cards. Originally I wanted the EVGA ones, but I'm not going to get into why. So BFG, I've had BFG before in the past, very solid company. They make great products. Warranty is very good, lifetime warranty. These cards are amazing. These things are beasts. Make sure when you're considering to buy one of these cards that your power supply supports a 6-pin or an 8-pin. They do have the Molex to 6-pin or Molex 8-pin adapters you can use, but I prefer just getting a power supply that supports it. These video cards are going to be running in quad SLI, so that means I'm going to be having pretty much 4 cores running at once. And make sure when you look into buying these cards, if you want to buy 2, that you have 2 16 times PCI slots, and make sure that you can fit them, because some boards have 3 but you can't fit 2 cards together, or 2 of these cards, mainly because they take up 2 slots. As you can see, 2 slots right there, 2 slots right there. So yeah, make sure you have a motherboard that supports these. These cards do take a lot of power. At full load, I believe they are about 300 watts each. So make sure you have a good power supply, and if you want to run these beasts or these mammoths of cards, you can. These cards, they retail for about, let's see, 620 plus tax Canadian. So you're looking at about seven bills for these, for a card. So if you want to get 2, you're looking at over 1,400 bucks Canadian. Moving up here, I have, you can't really see, this is kind of dark in here. My room's kind of dark right now. These are Corsair Dominator XMS3 1600 megahertz 6 gig kit. Main reason I chose Corsair is because I've been with Corsair before. I never had any issues, never had to deal with any RMAs, very good RAM. You can overclock these bad boys, very good. You can tighten up the timings. As you all know that, well, not sure if you guys know, but these memory modules operate at 1.65 volts, and if you go any higher than 1.65 volts, you do risk the chance of damaging your CPU, because the memory controller is built into the CPU. So make sure when you're purchasing memory that you don't go over 1.65 volts. Some people may argue that you can, but just to be on the safe side, I just stick with Intel's requirements. So that's this memory, 6 gigs. These run about 250 plus tax Canadian-ish. Moving on to the CPU, you can't really see it because it's already installed. It's an Intel, well, the new Intel Core i7 920 processor. great processor. It's the bottom end, but from what I hear, you can overclock these guys. You can go way up, all the way up to 4 gigs. My plan with this CPU is at least 4.2 gigahertz on air. I'm sure it can achieve a little bit more if you do water cooling or something. So that's my choice with this 1366 pin. Great CPU, latest and greatest from Intel. These will run you roughly 350-ish plus tax, I believe. So that's for that. Oh, and I also lapped this CPU, so it'll give me optimal cooling mated with my my cooler. Now moving on to the cooler. This is Thermalright Ultra 120 Xtreme. It's very, very good. Probably the best air cooling solution you can buy, just because of its design and its performance that it gives you. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but the fins are very, very dense. So that's why I have paired up these two just regular 120mm Antec tri-speed LED fans. So this should be good enough. Oh, and the cooler is also lapped to match the CPU. Now moving on to the motherboard, I have an Asus P6T Deluxe. I'm not sure if you guys can see it in there. You can see the passive cooling on the chipset, and that moves over onto the I think it's 10 or 14 phase power management system on board. Very, very good motherboard. Great BIOS features, great onboard features. If you're looking for something with a lot of SATA ports, this has 6 plus 2 SAS ports. On the back, not sure if you can see there, it's got eSATA, 2 gigabit Ethernet, lots of USB. What else has it got on there? It's got HD audio, coaxial input output, just coaxial output actually, and I think it's got an optical on there too, can't really see. But that's from the motherboard. If you're looking for a board to do some great overclocking on the X58 chipset, this is definitely one to look at. The X58 P6T Deluxe motherboard is great. Now moving on over here, not sure if you guys can see it in there, I have two 1 terabyte Western Digital black hard drives. Going to be running those in RAID 0. Oh, I forgot to talk about the price for the motherboard. You're looking at about $360 plus tax for the motherboard. Back to the hard drives. These hard drives will run you roughly $120 plus tax. So I'm going to be running these two hard drives in RAID 0 for my operating system. Moving up here, I have two Seagate 7211 500 gig hard drives. I'm going to be running these in RAID 0 for games as well. Looking outside at the case I've chosen is the Antec 1200. Great case, very big. If you're looking for something that can fit a lot of cards or a lot of slots, a lot of stuff, fans, etc., big power supplies, this is a very, very good case. It's going to be great for cooling. You got so much space in there. It's huge. I love it. If you like the black exterior, black interior, this is definitely a case for you. It's got two 120 mils here for the exhaust, one 200 mil at the top, three 120 mils on the front, and this case will run you about 120. I also forgot to talk about the price of the hard drives. The Seagate ones, those are going to run you about $60 each. I got a Blu-ray drive, LG. This will run you, let's say, about 120-ish plus tax. It's a Blu-ray. It's not the it's just a reader, not the writer. I don't really need a writer. I just watch my Blu-rays on my computer. So this is my system, brand new. I haven't even turned it on yet, and I have 1 minute left to show you this video, so I'm gonna power it on, just make sure everything's good. If you guys have any questions, just shoot me private messages on YouTube. Okay, let's turn this bad boy on. Let's see if she powers up. First time. Sweet, and that's it. There she is. Stay tuned, everybody.